Hi, you're here with Highlights with Simone, and today I'm with...
Hi, I'm Donald Conley.
And this is the hottest barber in Compton, California. So let's get into it. What inspired you to be a barber?
Bad haircuts.
Dude, holy fucking smokes, dude. Shout out to my barber.
With bad haircuts, what made you say, I could be the person to shape you up and get you right?
Determination.
Determination, I like that. So go ahead and tell us, what's your name, where are you from?
Yo, got that actually. And I am Donald Conley. I am the owner and operator of Barberizm The Shoppe in Compton, California. And like she said, we are I don't know if it would be the hottest, but I would like us to be the most prestigious and the premier barbershop of the city of Compton, California. Hot is kind of like it goes both ways. Like, I ain't like, I just want us to be the standard. We want to be the standard of what premier barbershops are in the city.
The tone is definitely set here in Compton, California with DC the Barber. What is the best thing you've done this year at your barbershop?
Best thing I've done this year at the barbershop, I think it would have to do with the people that come through the door, whether it be our staff, which is, we have barbers that come from all different type of walks of life, and we have support that is basically like the youth of the community. So we got, cats, not to put nobody's business out there, but we got cats that probably have done, lengthy sentences in situations that they would probably regret, but have been able to come home and impact the community. And then we got young guys that are just impacting the community, that are, at the local skate parks and doing different things, just trying to build their life and their brand. And it's just like, the biggest thing for me is the people. The biggest thing that I've done is just open the doors and just allow great people to come in and come out.
Awesome. With you opening doors, what advice would you give any barber school students right now?
Don't believe. Can I curse? Or just like a PG type of believe it?
It's an urban channel, so it's open.
Don't believe the bullshit. Don't believe the fluff. Social media is a tool, just like the tools you would use to cut hair. If you were a mechanic, you would wrench, it's whatever. Social media is a tool. Don't get engulfed in the social media validity. Can't use social media to validate you as a person. The person himself has to use that afterward to go ahead and propel the person that they've already become. So social media is definitely an asset, but it can definitely become a liability for those that don't understand that it is solely a tool.
So, Mr. DC, I've had a great time sitting down with you today.
Yes.
And I really want you to give us a little bit more of your background. Tell us what it was like growing up in Compton, California, and you also are a veteran. Let's talk about that for a second.
Okay. Grew up gangbanging, slanging, and all that good shit. Bad shit. Single mama, pops was in the penitentiary. My granny was a fucking focal point till she passed. Went on my first drive-by when she died. What else you want to know? What else you want to know? Barbering saved my life. I was able to pick up barbering. I was able to start chopping, because my mom was my barber. My mom used to fuck my hair up, but I love her. She kept me, kept me straight.
Right.
So I got my first pair of clippers from my mama. Then I went. I started fucking up my hair, and I started fucking up the homies' hair. I started fucking up the homies' father's hair. Then they allowed me to go to the high school, and I started cutting hair in the high school between breaks. And that's, I think honestly, I cut hair pretty quick. But I think I cut hair quickly because people think it was because of the military. I think I cut hair quickly because I was a hustler, and it was like we was trying to get haircuts in between recess and lunch. So I'm trying to pack in all these haircuts, and so I just was able to create a system on, just cutting hair. So I say this. One of the most impactful, or importantly, I left because I did a lot of bullshit. I robbed the plug. Let's just go. Let's go. We go fucking tell the story. You go tell the story. I fucking robbed the plug. I had to leave LA and I had to go ahead and grow the fuck up. That's what I had to do. You're gonna get motherfucking one of the most like serious guys. You're gonna get me like where people ain't gonna ever get me, but you're gonna get this real interview type shit. So anyway, I went to the Bay and that's where I fucking grew up. When I mean I grew up as a man. Because I'd already done the military. Like you see, you mentioned the military. But when I was in the military, I was fucking up. I was fighting, I was stealing, I was getting investigated by the NIS. I was doing, it's a lot of shit that just like, God be the glory. If I didn't have no praying people around me, we wouldn't be having this damn interview right now. But Barber actually gave me an opportunity to go ahead and say, okay, well, you could be creative also and you can make money. You can still keep your identity. I realized that there were people that were doing shit like me that would have worse off past than me. That I wasn't an anomaly. I wasn't something. I wasn't a weirdo because I was in the streets, and I wasn't a weirdo because I went to the military and I was still in the streets. I was still a person, and Barber gave me that opportunity. Like, okay, well, you're not different. You know what I mean? I don't know. Who am I? I'm a motherfucker that's I'm a motherfucker that's luckily to be alive. I mean, I'd have been dumped on, I'd have dumped back, I'd have did all this shit. I mean, everything under the sun that you can ask, I'd have done it. You know what I mean? But what I do know is that as I'll be 50 in March, and if I can take the rest of my life and stop somebody from doing the bullshit. And let them realize that, life is way more precious. I was telling somebody last night, I remember I didn't give a fuck about living. Didn't care. And then that wasn't so very long ago either. Barberizm The Shoppe gave me purpose. My mom, rest in peace, gave me purpose, helped me find that purpose. If I wouldn't have came back home to take care of her, there would be no Barberizm The Shoppe. There would be no, my dad is just a barber, there would be no way. So, I forgot your question, but I think for me, the shop, the location, the city, just helped me to realign on my purpose. And I'm glad I was able to do this with you because I feel like you are doing the same. And, I guarantee this will be the hardest motherfucking interview you ever had.
And that's why you're the hottest barber in the world to me. Seriously.
You just said that because I'm your guy.
No, this was real, this was uncut, and this is what Compton is like. So we appreciate.
Hey, and just because you see me crying, this motherfucker can't gonna get it twisted, nigga. It's gonna get fucked up, nigga.
Vulnerable situation and talk about. So let's go ahead and turn it back up to some bright, good things. Tell us what's new with the barbershop. Anything we can expect before the year's up?
Turn-ups! Motherfucking turn-ups, goddamn. No, we were talking about trying to figure out our calendar for 2024. This year we did okay. We did our summer Sundays with DJ Maji. We did that every Sunday. We would serving snow cones to the kids, doing different things like that. My calendar per se gets really inundated quickly with different shit that I can't necessarily anticipate. So with the help of the team that we've been able to, been fortunate enough to go ahead and partner up with Lisi and DJ Maji, even shout out in the end, man, and just the team that we've been able to build and people that's just ambitious and want to do more. I anticipate doing a lot more. So what that looks like, maybe some more mixers. We just literally just had a conversation regarding with that. More networking events, maybe allowing other people to come in and utilize the space for different things. So we're open to people coming in and just maybe doing different pop-up shops and whatnot. We'll probably be doing things parking lot wise with some more of our neighbors and whatnot, but we will always be active in the city of Compton. We will always be doing what it takes to just be a part of the positive pushing good.
Before we get into anything else, I know you also wrote a book. Tell us about your experience as an author.
Anybody can write a book. Everybody got a story. My dad is just a barber, and The Bullheaded Bully are two passion projects that I was able to come out with when I was at a low point in my life, and I didn't think that I had anything to offer to the barber industry. And they proved to be touching, and I say that will make them successful. We didn't sell 10,000 units or whatever, but we were able to, whenever I'm able to see people, so my kids still picks that book up, 6 years later, I still have to read that book to my son, and, those are the moments that make it feel way worthwhile. So but I do believe everybody has a book in them. I believe everybody has a story to tell. The hardest thing about writing a book is being honest, and the second hardest thing is promoting, getting out there and making everybody want to hear your story. Like I said, everybody has a story, and everybody thinks that their story is more important than others. However, I think that we can all benefit from each other's tale.
What is it like owning your own barbershop in Compton, California?
It comes with its own challenges, but at the same time, I did this purposely. I'm from Compton, born and raised. My mom was a proud Hubtinian. I'm 7 minutes away from here, and everything I do, to an extent, has to do with my grassroots and where I come from and what I represent. And so, it's being a homeboy with a hometown shop is important, we do plan to grow and expand this ism somewhere else in other places all over the world, all over the country, or whatever, country all over the world. But the grassroots is right here in the hood.
Awesome. I love Compton, California.
Off top.
Always. What advice would you give any entrepreneurs right now in 2023 since the pandemic has happened?
Ooh. I don't know, because it's different for different people, I would say to some, know your audience. To some, I would say, dig deep into your craft. It just depends on who I'm talking to, The pandemic wasn't necessarily a horrible thing. It was actually a thing of insight that gave people, if you were smart enough to go ahead and pay attention to what your vision and your mission was, you might have been able to take that quiet time of pandemic time and literally kind of hone in on what was important to you and what your brand and what your brand represents. So, just know who you are, know what you want to represent in business is what I would say to somebody that's trying to build.
And going back into that, please tell us, how many years have you been a licensed barber?
Oh shit, how long you been alive? How long you been alive?
24 years.
You know that's how long you've been alive? I've been licensed since 1998. You was born in 99, like Prince said, And 1998, I was licensed. My story of barbering, I was kicked out of my first barber school. Not literally dragged out by Long Beach PD, but almost damn near dragged out by Long Beach PD. I've thrown chairs through barbershop windows. I've done things that are very, very counter-indicative of who I am today. So when I speak of who I am today, I talk to people and let them know that, listen, you can make it. Because if I'm able to substantiate and hopefully motivate more than substantiate, but motivate people to do more, hell, you can do it too. It's like you gotta dig deep and figure out, what's important to you. What was important to me is once I had a child, once I had, people that I realized, depending on what I was, they watched me. I didn't think, I don't think a lot of people realize how many people pay attention to what you do. And when I realized I started having people paying attention to me, it's like, it's kind of important that, I show that side of myself that I want to be seen. We all got our dark sides, we all got our shit that we don't want to be seen. But if you know the scope is on you, you want to go ahead and make sure that the light is shown in the best light at all possible. We all human, we all make mistakes and shit. I've made plenty of them. But when it comes to me being a businessman in the city of Compton, I want to be remembered as somebody that was pushing the progress of positivity. And that's not because I always have been. I was a fucking knucklehead, I done dumb shit. But as a damn near 50-year-old man, I realized that we have to be. I have to create the narrative that I want, and the narrative that I want to create is that of positivity. And and hopefully just making the youngsters. And I got my young guy on the camera right now, man, because not only he just so happened to be here, but at the same time, it's important for him to be here because I see him in the future 5 years from now doing just this, if this is what he chooses to do on a bigger scale. So everything I believe happens as a reason, for a reason, but you have to have a reason. And then sometimes you got to be the reason of people. Y'all go ahead and dissect that a little bit longer. Go ahead, rewind that a couple more times. I said everything happens for a reason, but sometimes you have to supply the reason. Exactly.
Go ahead and give us some insight on what it's like being a celebrity barber as well.
I don't know what that means.
You cut hair for different people in the industries. What is it like cutting hair for rappers?
That doesn't make me a celebrity whatsoever. And that makes me as somebody that cuts people that people know. I'm not a celebrity barber. What I am is a cat that happened to have a couple of opportunities, and some of the people I know are well known. I'm not the guy that's in front of the camera most of the time. I don't even give a fuck to be in front of the camera. I'm doing this because I love you. You know what I mean? And I love you trying to push. But as far as being a celebrity barber, I think a lot of people, going back to the social media situation, I think a lot of people get that misconstrued as to what that means. It's a lot of niggas walking around being celebrity barbers, quote unquote, is broke. There's a lot of people that are celebrity barbers that's broken, which is even worse than being broke. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's just like, I just do me to celebrate the opportunities that God's presented to me based off of hopefully putting in hard work and just creating good karma. But all that celebrity barber shit, master barber shit, y'all can have that. I'm just a cat that happens to just cut the biggest celebrities in the whole goddamn world. But that doesn't make me the celebrity. I'm just next to the celebrities. And being the case, I don't think it's the celebrity that I appreciate more than the person and the intimate times I get to kick it with these people that the world looks at as icons. I get to have moments with these people that are truly the person. So for that matter, I love it. But that title, don't apply to me.
He's a very humble person. A lot of people will view you as a celebrity barber. You are verified now on Instagram, social media.
I bought that blue dog. No, listen. No, I mean, the blue check is the blue check, but
okay.
I had a blue check long before I got a blue check.
Right.
So, thank you, Meta, I guess, appreciate you.
Of course. So let's go back into the details that most people want to know. Being in Compton and growing up, do you see yourself here in another 5 or 10 years?
I'm always be tied to Compton. Even when I was telling my partner this morning, it's like when I left and I built the life up north solely because I had to get away. But when I came back to take care of my mom, my plan was to get her situated and go back up north and resume my life up there. And I thought that was what I was supposed to do, but once I got back and got acclimated and got back and I realized my purpose was here. My purpose was here. It's like, it's not even just so much about I got a shop here. I got a purpose here.
I know you're the only child like I am. So what advice would you give to the only children out there who might have lost a parent or a guardian?
Your parents is crazy, but you go up and be just like them. So all you can do is, she got me tearing over here, so I'm kind of good. But yeah.
Vulnerable moment.
Your parents are crazy, and you're gonna grow up and be just like them because nobody has a fucking manual on how to be a parent. And all the mistakes that your parents make, you're gonna fucking make them too. You might not make them the same way, but you're gonna make them. And the only child, oh good Lord. Not necessarily a lonely child, but however, you don't got that vent, you don't got that person to go ahead and like, nigga, mom's is crazy, mom's is crazy. So you gotta absorb a lot of that, and hopefully you're able to, I think only children are stronger in a lot of cases than a lot of cats that got siblings. Not to say that that's right or wrong. I don't know, it's not vetted. I'm not a fucking psychologist, I don't know. But I feel that when you are introverted and you're only in a room or home by yourself and you have to deal with the duality of parents, I mean, I feel like it builds a vulnerability as well as a strength that is undeniable, and most people with siblings will never understand.
He's awesome. He's great. I will drop the location. I will drop his Amazon book below, and you guys will be able to follow him on social media. Anything you would like to say to your fans?
Watch her progress. Watch her do what she do. Highlights with Simone, right?
Yes.
Motherfucking right.
This is just the beginning, and this was my second interview, and we are gone.